Hello, hello. Welcome to the Lost Archives for episode 22. We're back. We're back in the new year. We're back. It's 2021. It can't be worse than 2020. It can't be. We're back, everybody. My name's Owen. I'm the Dungeon Master for our campaign, the Tyranny of Dragons. However, this campaign is all about the players who will introduce themselves and their characters right now.
Hey guys, my name's Simon. I'm playing the character of Wiltix, your lovely little gnome friend. Small, fierce, and honestly it's been that long since I've played that I can't remember much else.
I think you said hairy as well was the other classic.
Hairy, yeah. Hairy, has claws, bleeds a lot, yeah.
Bleeds a lot.
Bleeds a lot.
Well, good old Wiltix. Well, I'm Claire, and I play Mira, Dragonborn Sorcerer, who is a half white dragon, half red dragon. Sorry, silver dragon, half red dragon. Wow, it has been a while. She's super organised, more organised than me, by a long way. And she's just eager to please. And she's pretty close to dying for it too, so...
Yeah, you guys had a bit of a tough time.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I'll lead off because we don't have Andrew right now. So I'm Jared. I'm playing the character of Jin now, actually, as his identity has been revealed. So I'm a changeling. Have a myriad of different forms and personalities and personas. So I think right now I'm identifying as a grizzled sort of older man who's trying to sort of portray himself as an aspiring potential member for this or the Tyranny. What is it called again? The dragon.
I think you guys are called the Tempest Guild, aren't you?
No. What's who are we trying to?
Oh, the Order of the Dragon, or the Cult of the Dragon.
That's it. So I was trying to be. Yeah, so I was trying to be a potential member of that, but that quickly changed once we got into combat, and I think as we were ending, Born Grey got killed, and as he was dying, I leaned over his body, winked at him, and then I started shifting into him.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
So,
now you might notice that only two of us have our cameras on, Simon and I. Hello. As this new year has brought much change, I have now moved to Brisbane for work. Claire and Michael, you guys have just moved to New South Wales for work, so we're still in the teething process of getting everything set up. So this is sort of it's going to be a slightly shorter episode tonight. We won't go for the full time. This is more just because it's been so long since we played, and we do need to keep it going. Otherwise, no one's going to remember what's happened in the last episode. I think that's it for news.
Even with me, I've moved my whole room around, so I'm still setting up as well. So.
Oh, mate, I can't imagine how tough that must be moving a room around. Move through two bloody states.
It doesn't hold the same.
Oh, mate, it's tough. It's tough being Jared. I think that's it for news. I don't think anyone else has got any news, do they? No, that doesn't sound like it. In that case, I will jump straight back into the recap. Now, our journey, for those who are joining us tonight, has been following the escapades of the Tempest Adventuring Guild from the League of Adventurers based in the merchant city of Oxenfurt. Mira, Azure, Wiltix, Alerian, and Talari are currently inside Castle Naerytar, stronghold of the Order of the Dragon, after successfully infiltrating the keep as new recruits to the cult. The party have investigated a number of possible leads in their quest to thwart the efforts of the cult. The lizard folk working for the cult hate the bullywugs. The bullywugs just want the castle to themselves, and Born Grey, leader of the castle, is in charge of the transport of treasure required to complete something known as the Hoard. This stealthy intelligence operative, This stealthy intelligence operative approach, however, came to a sudden end when their cover was blown in front of Born Grey by Azure, calling Mira by her real name.
Oh, yeah.
After retreating to their chambers in the northern section of the castle, the party planned some possible scenarios to fix the situation, but when they opened the door to enact these plans, they found they had been surrounded by cultists led by Born Grey. After some tense discussion, in which Born Grey revealed the cult knew quite a bit about the party at this point, a fight broke out. After some close calls, the party were victorious. The cultists either dead or running for the stairs, and the party now find themselves alone in the corridor. Borngray's body lies at the foot of the stairs, stabbed through, burnt by magic or frost and fire. And Jin stands above him, having taken his face and form, but not yet his clothes. and that
will happen.
That's right, baby. Just leave it.
Oh, hey, Andrew.
Ooh.
Andrew's here. Welcome.
Sorry.
No.
I've been here a while. I was just listening in. I didn't want to say anything until.
And our final.
I just realized I wasn't on mute.
That's an incredible. I had no idea. Our final member of the party is here, everybody. Andrew, would you like to introduce yourself and your character?
Hey guys, I'm playing Azure. I've forgotten my surname.
Lightheart.
It's been so long. Oh my goodness, I'm having one of those days, everyone.
Yeah.
I'm playing Azure, our friendly neighborhood monk.
Aasimar Monk.
Aasimar Monk. It would help if I was organized, guys. But yeah, I'm ready to do good and kick bad ass. So.
And that's all our plans. So. All of you just heard the recap of where we last left off.
Is Michael here, by the way?
Michael's here.
Because I never heard Michael talk about Talari.
Oh, yeah, he didn't.
That's all right. We got into news and other things.
Michael, would you like to introduce your character? You gotta forgive us. Guys. It's the first session back in the new year. It's been like 2 months.
My name is Michael. I'm playing Talari Fleetfoot, the Tabaxi Monk. Jesus Christ. The Tabaxi Monk who joined this party on the whims of the road and has now found himself in a political mire.
Yeah.
Indeed.
He's just breezing through, seeing what happens and seeing if he can change things.
Absolutely. There is one new feature I forgot to mention. For those of you who are joining us live, I have changed our channel point system. You now earn channel points, which are called inspiration, which you can use to spend on certain activities, such as giving disadvantage to a player or the DM, giving advantage to the DM or a player. You can summon a monster, create an NPC, or even join the stream for a future episode using our channel points. So make sure you watch the stream, earn those channel points, and we'll get to see some crazy stuff happen, I think.
Is that a point for me? Because I do have 5.5k inspiration.
Obviously, the players can spend their channel. No, I don't know. Alrighty.
All right, I'll save for the create an NPC.
All right.
That's not too groundbreaking.
No. Yeah. So, you guys. The last thing that happened was the murder of Borngray. 2 of the cultists sprinted down the stairs. And as you pause and listen, expecting to hear cries of alarm, shouts, you instead hear silence. There is no alarm raised. For the moment.
Well, look.
Do we know what's down the staircase?
No, you guys haven't been down there.
Ooh. Alright. Oh, Jared, did you want to steal some clothes before we move on?
You guys can move on if it's a rush, because I'm just gonna basically like take my gear, put it in my bag, and then just start like, because I'll shapeshift down to like Borngray's like height and dimensions, and then I'll start actually putting on his clothes.
That starts happening. You watch as the very sort of familiar sight now of Jin changing shape sweeps across. This wave of white flesh, giving way to the colour and shape of Borngray.
As he changes, I'm going to say, I think you're being a little generous with a few things there.
What was Borngray's voice again, Owen? Do you remember?
Borngray sounded like this, a bit more raspy and husky.
Borngray sounded a bit like this.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I look at Talari and well, I guess it's maybe a little bit generous, but I've you gotta swing for the trees.
Well, you definitely are swinging, so it's...
Oh my.
Welcome back to the stream where we talk about Born Grey's package.
I mean, some people are born great in the downstairs region, some people are not.
Born great.
Yeah, so I'll take on his mannerisms and all that in his voice. So how long do you reckon it would take for me to chuck on all the clothes?
12 seconds, 20 seconds. How long does it take you to get changed? As you're looking at the body, you could take everything that he has and arrange it perfectly. But you
Speaking
think...
of that, can we loot his body?
You guys can loot his body. Yeah, you haven't yet. Would you like to?
Okay, so as I'm I guess like as I'm already taking his clothes off.
Yes.
I'll be leaving his underwear on. So I'm not gonna, unless he free balls, but...
No, he's wearing undergarments.
I'll leave that alone. But I'll take his like outer clothes, like so I can look exactly like him. And as I'm looking through the clothes, I imagine I'll be like giving any loot to anyone that's near me, so they can hold it as I'm putting on the clothes. So I guess that's how we would find the loot.
Yeah, absolutely. As you look through...
I was going to say,
yeah.
also while this is happening, the two guards that escaped, do we, can we see where they went? Or
Yeah, they ran downstairs.
Definitely
Is
not
there
a good
any-
idea.
Is there any chance of giving chase and removing them from the board?
Oh, absolutely.
What I was planning on doing.
Yeah, no.
They're very heavily damaged, aren't they?
They were all pretty hurt, yeah.
I'm 22 and 30.
I will race you downstairs as well if you wish. See who gets in first.
Actually, what we should do is once Jin changes, once we have Born Grey reborn, Born Grey should chase after them and be like traitors in the mist, and then strike them down.
That's what I was planning on. I like that our wavelengths are the same.
Because then that way we can burn this tower and say that they set the fire, removing all evidence of the original Born Grey.
Oh, that's a good point. He's still technically there.
Yeah.
We need to find the horde. We need to find where they were going, where the trail leads. We can't go cold.
You know how it's pronounced, Claire. It is pronounced the heart. No, I'm kidding. No. Perfect. Yeah.
You do need to find the horde.
I'd say in this time, while you're having this discussion, Jin, you have gotten changed into his clothing.
Cool. So I am now Born Grey.
You are dressed as Born Grey.
Okay. Well, look. I'm Born Grey now, so don't identify me as anyone else. I look at Azure when I say that.
Yeah. That was one time.
Alright, so I guess I'm gonna march down. And I'm gonna just sort of tell the other guys, okay, I want a few people with me, and everyone else that's up here. Maybe we should remove the evidence.
Were there other
I think
dead
that's a
guards
very good
upstairs?
idea.
What was that? Sorry, Simon?
Was there other dead guards upstairs?
Yeah, so there are in total 2, 3, 4. So I moved them to the DM layer because it was getting a bit too cluttered. But there are 5 guards and 2 guard drakes. Their bodies on the ground.
Cloaks, or were they
Leather armor, wielding short bows and short swords. A couple of them have hand crossbows and short crossbows.
It was more just to chuck something on that might be a little bit less, a bit more inconspicuous than a giant wolf walking downstairs with Born Grey.
Oh yeah, sorry, you're still in your wolf form, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Okay, would you like to roll me a investigation check? The first roll of 2021.
Make it a natural 21. Oh wait.
22.
Nice.
19, that's good.
22. Yeah, Wiltix, as you in your wolf form start moving across the floor, pawing and sniffing, hidden away in the corner is one of the archers who is destroyed by Mira's web and fire. The cloak is a little bit singed, but seems to be workable. You think it looks like a very sort of large grey standard cloak. Could be very effective in covering you up, given that your wolven form is, 5 feet?
Yes.
Like 5. Yeah, so it's perfect size. You think you can whip this on, and you're gonna be quite hard to spot. Of course, if anyone gets to look at your face, that's going to be a bit of a giveaway because you do have a wolven.
Can I double
Isn't Will
cloak?
still wearing the cloak, the cloaks that we have?
When he transforms, his gear is sort of pulled half into his body.
Oh, awkward. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I'll chuck that other cloak on, and then I'm happy to follow Born Grey downstairs.
Yeah.
Nice, I like that.
So is everyone
so
heading
the,
with Born Grey, or is it just Wiltix at this point? Can we call you Born Jin for this? Or Jinborn?
Yeah, we'll just say
Reborn.
Reborn Grey.
Reborn Grey.
but just be careful when we're actually talking.
Yes. So is anyone else going with Jin and Wiltix?
Maybe I would say during the time that Jin was doing his stuff, I could be firebolting the bodies to dispose of them.
Oh boy. Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to make me a quick... Charisma's your spellcasting modifier, isn't it?
Yeah.
Charisma check, please.
A charisma check.
Charisma check.
Oh,
Just to see
except
how
I
much
have
you.
real dice?
You have to use real dice because you don't have Roll20 up and running for this session.
Oh, it was almost a natural 20. That is 12.
12. As you are belting out firebolt after firebolt, the fire... 14. That does make a difference. As you're belting out firebolt after firebolt, the human bodies are not sort of immediately catching alight, because unlike what you see in the movies, the human body is kind of hard to set on fire. Trust me, guys. It is a bloody nightmare to burn corpses that you're trying to dispose of. So, yeah, as you're sort of belting these firebolts out, you're finding it takes more and more... Don't worry about it. It takes more and more energy and magical sort of effort to set these on fire. However, you are successful, partially. These sort of half-smoking, burning, charred bodies... do you pile them up at all, or just leave them where they are and just start firing multiple...
Oh no, I'd neatly pile them up, and as they burnt, I would use my mage hand to make sure all of the dust is neatly piled in the corner.
Very nice. In that case, I'm assuming you'll use the corner to the north. You pile the bodies up. I'll move your token over because you can't see Roll20. And yeah, so during the next sort of 10 minutes, you are just burning these corpses. Fantastic. Azure, what's your plan? Are you going to join Jin, or are you going to do something else?
I think I'm going to go down with Jin.
Perfect. And Talari.
I will stay with Mira until she's finished.
Excellent. The two most hurt people.
Yes.
Yeah.
The two most hurt people will stay behind. Talari, I'm going to put you in the corridor, keeping lookout, and we're going to move these guys downstairs.
Shit, yeah. I've seen the health on Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I went down last time, so yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
healing word.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I love that spell.
Jin, as Jin walks down the stairs in the form of Born Grey. I think I'll just take control of Jin for the moment. I know what Jared was wanting to do while he's out. He'll be back in a moment. While Born Grey walks down the stairs, Jin Born Grey, you look around. Azure and Wiltix close behind. You see a large circular room, a tower portcullis. There doesn't seem to be any pathways out of here as far as you can see. Doesn't seem to be anything at all. Just a circular room.
Can I sneak out the guards?
Make me a survival check with advantage because you're using your sense of smell.
Can't use. Oh yeah, survival. That's fine.
Yeah.
So,
20.
19 or 20.
Yes. You can smell a scent track leading to the edge of this balustrade here, and then it goes over the edge.
I'm going to do a perception check to see whether I can see any sign of... Oh no. Damn, that didn't come through, did it, to Roll20?
No. Click on features and traits on your D&D Beyond character sheet, and then open up Roll20 again. And then just go back to Roll20. It's just D&D Beyond needs to update with Beyond 20.
Oh, okay. No, actually, you know what it is? I'm in the wrong browser.
It's alright. What'd you roll?
That was a 14.
14. As you look around, you can see bloodied footprints leading to the edge of the balustrade where Wiltix is currently standing. As you look out, you can see down the walls of the castle and into the swamp land where you were before. And half buried in the swamp, you see an arm, a leg, and part of a torso sticking up out of the mud. It looks like whoever it was attempted to jump off the edge of this castle into the mud
Oh, wow.
below.
Wow, that's desperate.
Is that the one we threw off?
No, that one is actually dashed against the walls of the castle down in the ground floor. You can see another body, broken and battered, lying on the floor beneath you. Not the same one as before.
Wow. It's caused death and destruction all over the place.
Yeah.
What-
It looks like this is just a guard post at the top to look out over the surrounding area. The stairs lead back down to the room where you were before.
Is there anything else up this top level at all?
Uh,
Any boxes or...
No, it looks like this is an old outpost at the top of the tower. It's quite worn and overgrown, quite unkempt.
Fair enough. So we could bring the body... Oh, I suppose we're already burning the body, so who cares? Well,
Interesting. So there's no... It doesn't look like anyone actually got away from the fight that could live to tell the tale, as it were.
Maybe.
so
I
we saw
just
one
do a-
body, didn't we?
Just the one body. So there's one body below you, and then there's the
The one in
the body in the
the
swamp.
water.
Can I just do another perception check to see whether I can actually see anyone else? Or any
Yeah.
signs of anyone else?
Absolutely.
Did that roll in?
Yes, 14. Azure, as you look across the castle walls, towards the east, you can see two bullywugs up on top of the balustrades, looking out through one of the fenestrations in the wall. They seem to be... They've climbed onto the wall. I'll just bring you over so that you can see where they are. They seem to have climbed onto the top of the wall and are looking out over the swamp. Talking animatedly, shall we say. But from this distance, it's hard to make out what they're saying.
Interesting. We didn't fight Gollywugs before, did we? They were actually, like, humans.
So the bullywugs are the frog people who you spoke to. So Fruity Bouliani, Farblix,
That's right,
Spatagoo,
That's right.
Mork Punts. Yeah.
The swamp applicants.
Yes, the swamp applicants. I call them the Republic swamps, but yeah, swamp applicants is good too. The swamp
alrighty.
administration.
So there's no way out of this tower. Jesus,
Just looks
okay.
like pathway back down. I mean, you can climb onto the walls and start monkeying your way around the walls if you want. Absolutely.
Monk.
But you suspect you'll probably be a little bit visible if you do that.
I think it might be better to go back upstairs, gentlemen.
Head back down the stairs to where you were before.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll bring you guys back across to the other map. During that time, Mira and Talari, the two of you together have successfully burned the shit out of the bodies that are here. There are dried, ashen, smoking husks, and the smell of burning flesh, hair, and leather has filled the room and is seeping out the sides of the area of the tower. As these guys emerge back upstairs, a voice comes from the other side of the door, to the south.
Hello, is there a fire going on in there? What's going on?
Sorry, I was smoking my pipe. I'm never going to get this out of my nose.
Never going to get it out of your fur. Well, we're coming. Nothing to worry about. Where is Jin there?
At this point, Jin has just come back up the stairs.
The flue is a bit full. We needed to get it cleaned.
Yes,
Jin-
I'm just cleaning.
Oh, you guys can't see anymore, can you?
No.
Fuck's sake. Roll 20 dynamic lighting. Sort your shit out.
But they
What
haven't got
changed?
roll 20 up, have they?
What was that, sorry?
We're not all-
Oh, they can't see it anyway,
can't
but
see it.
I've just
Yeah.
noticed that no
Oh,
one
I
can
can.
see anything.
No, I can.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. Same as before.
Oh, for me, roll 20's gone dark. It's just black and white now.
Oh. Okay. Well,
Oh, whatever.
I have taken control now as DM.
I give myself 2 million inspiration. Hiya. As Jin walks down towards the door, as Born Grey, he sort of coughs a few times, practices the voice under his breath. I'm Born Grey. Born Grey.
I'm here.
Right.
What am I
Oh,
doing?
perfect timing. Jin. Amazing timing. A knock has come at the door. You guys checked out the upper balustrades. Nothing of interest there. It looks like the cultists threw themselves from the tower into the swamp in an effort to escape. And it doesn't look like they made it. A knock has come at the door.
Wait,
A voice.
Wait, when you say that it doesn't look like they made it,
There were two
Those guys are
bodies
probably-
in the swamp.
oh my god.
A knock comes at the door as you guys come back up the stairs. Sorry, come back down the stairs. A knock comes at the door.
Is everything okay in there? It smells like burning flesh and hair and leather in there.
He doesn't say that, but he does say,
It smells like burning. Is everything all right?
The fuel is full.
The oven's on fire.
I open the door and I make myself look like I'm huffed and puffed.
Oh, Commander.
Standing in front of you is a half-elf gentleman. Sorry, I will open the door so that you guys can see. A half-elf
I can
gentleman.
only see darkness, by the way.
Yeah, I think something's happened to.
Like I can see the map and everything. I can see where my character is, but like it's all just like grey
Grayed out.
and blacks and whites.
It's the
Yeah.
dynamic lighting.
Something strange has happened to dynamic lighting on Roll20. I might need to go through and fully update it, which is going to be a.
Well, if you turn it off for now, will that
Yeah,
fix
that's
it?
what I'm doing.
If you click on the map or scroll across on the screen, it seems to fix it for me when I do that.
There you go.
Yeah, it did it. That's
No.
so much better.
That was just me turning it off.
Oh, okay.
You open the door and you see standing in front of you a cultist who steps forward, a human man, probably in his early 20s, large jagged scar running across his chin, short mop of brown curly hair.
Oh, Commander.
He does a very hasty salute.
Sorry, what's all that smoke in there, sir? What's going on? Are you okay?
So yeah, like I said, I'm very huffy and puffy. So
Yep.
I'll be like, good that you're here, soldier. We had a few. We dealt with them. Their bodies are upstairs. Or well, actually, we're on the not upstairs, are we?
You're on the ground floor.
I'm on the ground floor. Yeah, okay. So I'll say that yes, the bodies are upstairs.
Bodies? Hang on, what are you talking about? I was just standing guard and I smelled smoke.
Well, look, they tried to perform a coup de grace, commanding roll from me. They tried to get control in the castle. They were unsuccessful.
Oh my goodness. Right,
Yes,
so I expect you want me to guard this door now, sir.
Well, what did I literally just say to you?
So I was too shocked by the knowledge that someone tried to perform some sort of like takeover, hostile takeover.
I'll clasp his shoulder. I'll look into him. I'll look at his eye. I'll look into him and be like, "It's all right. Like I said, it's all good. But let's go muster some troops and we'll go clean the mess upstairs."
Right, I'll go fetch the rest of the wall guard then. Although
Perfect.
I think this might be a job for the frogs and the lizards, sir. I don't think you want your best people on this, right?
See, that's why I pay you the big dollars.
You
I
definitely
got a
don't
cheeky
pay me the
smile,
big
though.
dollars.
Yeah, I know. That's a joke.
Yeah,
I'm making
no,
it
no, no.
very obvious it's a joke.
Right.
Yes. Like I said, muster the troops. What do you think the troops are?
Well, I assumed you meant the actual troops rather than the frogs and lizards, but I'll go get the frogs and lizards. Although the frogs have got something weird going on right now, so they're talking about elections. I don't understand half of it.
Okay. All right.
Neither do
That
they.
sounds interesting.
Oh, it's just very confusing.
Well, look, I might have a talk with them and see what's going on.
Farblex's daughter, Bivanka, is just she's crazy, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll look into it.
Okay, I'll fetch the frogs.
Perfect.
He turns and runs off down the corridor.
So, I don't think we've heard of that name before.
Bivaka.
How do you spell that, Owen?
Bivanka. So basically what you do is you
B-I-B.
take Ivanka Trump and you add a B in front of it.
Ah, okay, perfect.
It's funny when we explain the joke.
Wait a sec.
Yeah. It's all US politics. No, so at this point,
Not anymore.
not anymore. What are you guys doing at this point?
I'll turn to the others and go, we can't lose the trail. We need to find the next step. We haven't quite found out what's going on here. Whether this is just a stop off or is this part of the caravan that's heading to the horde.
Now that we have a main man at the in the inner sanctum, I think we should have no trouble finding out what's gonna happen.
Maybe we could go back to his office, you know, where we were before.
Well, that's right, and then we can have a look through all those documents and see what we can find.
Documents. Yes. Let's go.
I'm sure there are some secret documents lying around.
Now,
Yes.
Jin, could I get you to please roll me a D10 for the stuff you found on Dralmara, please?
Alright. 5.
5. His sword, despite the hits that it took and the fire that it was exposed to, has taken no damage, which to you instantly makes you feel a little bit suspicious of it in terms of you suspect it could potentially be protected or magical or made from stronger stuff than your average longsword.
Cool.
You also find 25 gold pieces.
As
42.
as I was looking... Oh, okay, you got more.
Oh yeah. Oh no, sorry, I wasn't done yet. 42 silver pieces. So 25 gold, 42 silver. No copper. Dralmara doesn't carry around copper. You find a ruby, which to your sort of looking at it, you think could be roughly worth about 30 gold pieces. And you find a book, a diary, with cursive flowing script in this very strange language. What languages do you speak?
PD. I speak Draconic and Elvish.
You can read this. It is written in Draconic. This diary seems to give, in a shorthand version, seems to give a account in some detail of Dralmara's experiences, Borngray's experiences coming to work for the cult in this castle. It documents treasure coming through, being brought from various towns and villages that have been ransacked and sent through a portal that is hidden inside the castle.
Ooh.
There is a dungeon below, and in that dungeon there is a portal.
Cool, I've wrote them my notes.
There is a
I'm
command.
so excited for a portal.
There is a command word required to operate this portal.
Stargate?
And Borngray, yeah, the Stargate. Yeah, it's the Stargate.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, yeah. Borngray has written down the command word in this diary. Drazier. I will put it into Roll20 so that you can see how it's spelled.
Yes, please.
Drazier.
Does that mean anything to me with my background or draconic? Is that like a
Jin, do you say that out loud?
Well,
Oh, sorry.
I probably wouldn't have looked at the book just yet, if I'm being honest, in
Yeah.
roleplay, because we had to do a lot of stuff. So like when we go to the office, I'll probably then bring it out, and then I'll probably just share the info that you've just told me with the crew.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll save that then for the next little bit.
I might, when we get a chance, I might copy paste that into my book as well with my lovely.
Yes.
your
Yeah.
roll.
You may use your Legerdemain feature to copy the entire book into your book as like a binder. It's like basically like a physical manifestation of OneNote that you have there, Wiltix, where it's like infinite space just to record information. Perfect. Very nicely done, you guys.
It's very nice.
What would you like to do?
So are we in this now? Is that
No. You guys are still just standing in this tower, the bottom floor of this tower.
I wonder if we should all put on our cloaks and follow Born Grey like in military rank and file, and then make our way to his office, like almost like a security detail.
Nice.
Do we know where we're going?
Actually, oh no, I've burned them all. Never mind.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
we've been to his office. We've been to his office.
Yeah, we've been there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
If we see any bullywugs, remember we are inspectors. Remember?
Yes.
Well, I'm
we're,
not anymore.
we're special forces and inspectors.
Well,
And I am born.
Yeah.
We're the SFA. We're the SFAI.
Oh my
I could just be
god.
one of the guards because they haven't seen me as a wolf before, so might stick with that with the robot.
Okay. Fantastic. In that case, I'll move you guys along as you go, and I'll keep you all together. That'll be a little bit easier. So I'm assuming Born Grey in front, and then the rest of you bringing up the rear. As you move through the castle, back out through the door and onto the wall palisade, you can see that there are a few guards lazily keeping watch who, as you approach Jin, salute you and immediately pick up their general sort of affect, making themselves look more professional and like they're actually paying attention. Which he says,
I will walking with a bit of a brisk pace. I'm going to be looking like I'm a bit annoyed, like, because I've just, I'm a bloodied up. I made myself, because I've got disguise kit as well. So when I would have been doing the put on the clothes, I should have said this before, but just before we left that room, at least, I would have done some disguise kit to make myself look like I'm a bit bloodied up.
yeah.
And as I'm walking through, I'm walking at a brisk pace. I look annoyed. I look a bit pissed off. So I'm just getting, like, just because obviously it looks like I've just been through a battle.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to sort of give off the air that there was just a coup on me.
As you pass through this section here, in the central courtyard of the tower where you were before, where you talked with the bullywugs and lizard folk, a contingent of bullywugs emerges. Seeing you, they sort of look over but don't show too much interest and head up the way you guys just came towards the tower, looking like they are possibly the group who've been sent to go and clean up the mess.
Cool.
They don't say a word to you as they pass on through. You guys pass the saluting guardsman, and as you approach this door here, he steps aside to let you enter. Without a word, you guys pass through into the ground floor of the central tower. You know that the office is just down towards the south from this area here.
Awesome. As I pass this guy, I'm going to look at him and go, oh, sorry. I'm just going to say to him, look, I'm not sure if you're aware of the situation, but just, like, I'll just say, like, when I'm in the office with my compatriots, time to recuperate and recover from the coup.
Coup? What are you talking about, sir? What coup?
You will find out in time. It will travel around the castle.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Do I need to order more men to protect this door, sir?
Look, I would bring a couple more just in case.
Right, you are, sir. He sprints off, goes to find more soldiers.
Yep, cool. And then I'll go in the office.
Perfect. As you guys step into Dralmara's office, I'll just quickly read out what you see. Bear with me 2 seconds. There's a lot of rooms in this place. Oh my gosh, there's so many rooms. Here we go. Inside you can see large rug covering the floor. Desk, ornately carved of dark wood, with a number of books and notes scattered across it. Behind, a large bookcase. It's pushed up against the wall. It looks like this room is used fairly regularly. A coat slung over the back of a chair that looks to be half slept on. Not much else to your eyes as you look in. For the moment.
Alright, look.
File.
Oh, what was that, sorry?
I want to look at the files.
Alrighty, do you want to make me an investigation or a perception check?
Ooh.
around, see if anything like is like a bookcase resting against the wall wrong, or
Yes, of course you can.
there's a.
Oh wait, I gotta roll it in real life.
Yes, you
Okay,
do.
we just-
Oh, I'm using beautiful dice. Oh, that's a 3. I
3.
rolled a natural 1.
Oh no.
Natural 1. And Michael, what was yours?
I rolled a 15 plus 6, so 21.
21.
Oh.
As you look, you can see that the bookcase is flat against the wall. There is no secret passageway behind. As you push it, it comes forward and it looks to be just up against the stone wall. And to your mind, that makes sense because the doorway to the north leads down to some stairs and the wall itself is actually quite thin. Next up is
Downstairs.
Mira. Sorry, upstairs. You rolled a natural 1. As you're looking over the notes, you just the sheer amount of information here is overwhelming, and you very quickly find yourself sort of getting a bit lost in it all. Looking through, suddenly there's talk about like Green Nest, and you go, "Oh, Green Nest, we were in Green Nest," and then suddenly there's this talk of this other town off towards the eastern coast that you've never heard of before, and you think, "Oh gosh, they must have raided there too." You just very quickly lose track of what you're supposed to be looking for.
And I bet it's not very well organised, is it?
Oh no, especially not after you start flicking through it randomly as well.
Well,
Your excitement gets the better of you as you look through. You sort of like knock over a stack of papers and now they're out of order, and you spend that time putting them back in order as best as you can determine. And I think that explains the natural 1 quite nicely.
yeah.
Is there any maps or anything like that, or blueprints of the castle that he might have on his desk?
Would you like to make me an investigation or a perception check, please, Wiltix?
Oh, I would.
Aw.
I'd say 14.
14. As you walk on over and have a look over the desk, you can see a number of maps, and one of them looks to be a map of the general layout of the castle. The rooms aren't labelled per se. There's been some hastily drawn notes in the corner, like Bullywug Residence or Lizard Folk Dungeon, and you can see there is basically a stairway leading down to the Undercroft, and that there's an area marked there with portal.
Okay, well, I'll again copy paste that into my my lovely book. And,
Absolutely.
Is there a manifest of how many members are here in the castle?
I'd say that you guys have made enough checks now that you don't need to. I think you've rolled pretty highly, all of you together. There is no manifest of how many people are here, just that there are more people moving through. There are people coming and going at all times. It's a pretty popular area.
Okay.
But what's interesting to your eyes, Wiltix, is it looks like the entrance to the catacombs is in the room where you first met with the Bullywugs, with Fruity Bulliani. So the room over towards the east.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, let these guys go. That we know that we have to go and see our little frog friends. Guys, let's head back.
Great. Alright.
So nothing else in this room, Owen? Like, there's no weapons or anything that we'd deem of some kind of value?
It looks like this is a very utilitarian study. This is where he spends his time planning and doing administrative duties. He doesn't sleep here. There's no bed here. So clearly there's another location where you think maybe he keeps his valuables and things like that. I'd just say that you figure that out. Like, there's no bed here. Clearly this is not where he sleeps or where he stays. This is just his work office.
Does he have like an official seal or anything on his desk that we can take?
Strangely enough, no. As you look over, there is no seal for Borngrey. It looks like his initials. DBG is what he used as his seal, was these sort of flowing initials. And then there's
take that.
Oh yeah.
Well, we might, just in case we need to fabricate that somewhere.
Oh,
Might be good to have it
I
as a
think he just
copy.
signed it.
It's just a piece of
That's all
paper that
he
is signed that you're looking at and you think, oh, yeah, that looks like it might be more to do with a seal than anything else.
Okay.
There's no from the desk of.
No typed letterhead, no monogrammed letters or stationery. It looks like it's very utilitarian, very simple.
Damn. Okay.
So yeah, I'll park myself behind the table here, and then I will start reading out the diary. Had. So then I'll start just detailing his experience in the castle, the treasure that passed through the castle went through the portal.
Absolutely.
There's a dungeon below, and then I'll utter the command word, just let everyone know that it's the one that popped up.
One of the other things that you find interesting as well in this diary as well, I forgot to add, Born Grey has actually recorded a little bit of information about the castle history. Originally, it looks like this castle was left over from well before the ruin, well before the disaster that came across the land. Most recently, after the structure had been abandoned for a number of years, a group of astrologers had claimed it, and it looks like there was a observatory that they built into the top layer of the castle, and that was the strange circular spherical structure you saw from a distance on the very top. They installed a piece of equipment in there called the Farseer of Ilusk, but the astrologers vanished not too long after, and a couple of decades later, Rezimir stumbled across it. And Rezimir is a name you recognize. She is a half-dragon, half-black dragon, I believe, who you've actually encountered before. And she had come into the swamps to negotiate with a black dragon who lives in the swamp called Vorghamthar.
You put that in?
Yes, of course I can.
Yeah, please, yes.
Vorghamthar. I'll chuck it into Roll20 so that you guys can see. It just rolls off the tongue, these draconic names. The lair of this black dragon is only a 5-minute walk towards the south of the castle. Rezimir explored the castle. Yeah, a dragon's lair. A black dragon's lair is only 5 minutes walk south of the castle.
Oh my god.
The portal in the dungeon was not installed by the cult. They discovered it here. They have no idea where it came from. They know that it leads to an area in the mountains, a lodge in the mountains, just towards the northwest, known as the Grey Peak Mountains. 700 miles away, so quite a distance. And the plan has been so far.
Did you say northwest?
Northwest. Where next episode I'll have a little map set up so that you can see where they've been taking the carts and the treasure and how it's been working.
Oh, cool.
Basically, it's cut 700 miles off the journey by wagon, just by teleporting
Makes
through
sense
this.
why no one's picked up on this, beforehand.
And this is where most people have been losing track of the treasure. This is now become... Naerytar is a hub for the treasure to be taken. It's not a defensive structure, it's not a hideout, it's not a fortified region. It is literally a way stop so that they can take advantage of this already existing teleportation circle. The bullywugs and the lizard folk have been essentially kept around and kept working by the threat of the black dragon. And that is the history of the castle recorded in this diary that you wouldn't have known before.
Well, I've just done a lot of notes. Wow, that was actually very important. That's like information we need to take back to
Yes, we need to pass that on. Yeah, pass that on to the order.
I think does everyone know who I work for again, Owen?
I don't...
I'm not actually part of the guild.
Yeah,
I've been contracted by the Harpers.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the name you told us? Who you told us about,
Yeah,
Sorcerer.
Yeah, I believe you were associated with Alice's character, whose name escapes me for the moment.
Yeah, because we're both
Gloria.
We're both from the College of Bards.
Yeah.
So backstory: College of Bards. That's my organization.
Yeah.
And I'm contracted out to the Harpers at the moment.
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
and that's what you guys learned from this book. as
That
well
is
as the password, Drazier,
That is
to the teleportation
that is
circle.
very good information.
So my question is,
Yeah.
do you think that this, asking the group, hearing this, do you think that this black dragon is something we need to take care of? Do you think he's a big ally of the cult, or shall we just go straight to the source?
Black dragons are naturally inclined to be evil, aren't they? Is
So,
that right?
the thing, yeah. So yes, but also a little bit no in my world. So the way I've done it is that you're not born good or evil. There's variations, but in the war, generally, Tiamat was successful in bringing the chromatics on her side, less successful at bringing the metallics on her side. So there were a number of metallics she brought to her side, but generally she was able to recruit more chromatics. Same as for the side of the prime deities. They were generally more successful at recruiting the metallics, less successful at recruiting the chromatics. So that's where the division comes from. So you're not sure. Although I would say that the fact that Rezimir and the cult are able to use the dragon as a threat to make the bullywugs work, you think that perhaps it's probably working for them, working with them, or at least willing to listen to what they say.
Yeah.
What are the chances that the dragon would see through your disguise, Jin?
That's a good question.
Well, it's a physical disguise. It's not magic.
So you wouldn't smell? Would you smell different to Born Grey?
I should smell like him. I should. I'll read out the description quick.
Because I just imagine like he's they might like see that you're him, but would you smell
Well,
like?
I'm even wearing his clothes.
His clothes.
Oh, that's true.
Let me have a quick.
That said, dragons are known to be very intelligent, so it's not easy to cook them. So I've heard.
I'll have a quick look. I'll just
Yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering if we can get more information out of the dragon. But at the same time, I mean, is it worth our lives going to this cave?
Well, yeah. I personally think we. We're our ping, so. Well,
You know what we could do? Is maybe incite an uprising. I mean, what is it? A common enemy unites. What do they say? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. What if the Bollywogs and the lizard folk could be joined together? And Mira's like, she clasps her hands together. She kind of looks up, hopefully. Little spark of hope
synergy.
inside. Yeah. Yeah, what do you think?
If only we could
now
combine
they're-
ruin and preservation into harmony.
Yes.
Well, maybe we could. Maybe Jin could use that disguise technique and turn himself into that king that seems to have a bit of sway, and maybe we can then have an internal uprising.
So Andrew, you're suggesting that Jin turn himself into Farblek Spatagu, leader of the Bullywugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
But can you? I suppose with it as a shape changer, once you learn a shape, can you go back to it?
You can make yourself appear as a member of another race.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think this is more, it's still a humanoid. I've sort of just been playing it by the fact that, anything that's, change into. So if the Bollywogs are actually, a medium size and not small, then, it is more, I think, at the description I could, but it's also, it does play to what Owen sort of goes by.
So if you were to transform into a bullywug size is medium humanoid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could always give it a try.
I'm just thinking out loud here, but we don't have to go after the dragon. We could just go after the portal.
Yeah, you guys know that the dragon's lair is not in the castle. It is 5 minutes away from the castle. The portal is below the castle.
Yes, we could go. Actually, it might be a bit of a distraction if we could incite the Bollywogs against the dragon. We could use that opportunity to infiltrate the portal.
Is a good point.
The Born Grey. But
He'd have access to it, wouldn't he?
well, Born Grey'd probably have access. He has the command word and everything. I'm sure we could just march ourselves down there and just
Yeah, I mean,
end of it.
that's right. I'm sure they've seen him walk down there before.
That's true. We could just
We
sneak our
could
way
just
down.
try it.
And I'm sort of more inclined to like just leave the black dragon alone for now, because I don't know what age it is. Like if it's a young black dragon, like speaking out of game, like maybe our characters could take it, probably. But like anything that's not a
it's
young
ancient.
dragon will probably kill us.
Instantly.
Like maybe an adult, like an adult, we would struggle against like hardcore.
It would definitely kill me right now.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
no, we probably need a rest.
Yeah. All right. Shall
we
we?
should probably have a short rest before we do anything.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, this is a. I was gonna
This is
say
a great
maybe.
room.
Well, I was gonna say, what if we have a look downstairs? We'll come out this room. It looks like there's a staircase next to us where we are. Maybe we go have a look down there and see if that's actually his quarters, and we could maybe find somewhere a bit more comfortable that we're not in this room.
Have a look.
Did you want to use the idea of a coup to get people to try and think that the dragon arranged it? That way, at least, if you want to talk about, turning people on someone.
Ooh.
Oh,
bad.
I was more thinking that the we blame it on the lizard folk and the gollywogs and make an internal coup and make an internal civil war.
Oh, I just think that the more bodies we can throw at a dragon, if you want to think of it that way, then at least we can find out what the dragon's doing.
Yes.
And then, because at the end of the day, if everyone dies, yeah, well, who cares? Because we're just going to go through the portal anyway.
I don't even know if the Bollywogs.
That's not very nice.
Would the Bollywogs even attack it? Like, when I think they'd be terrified to even go near it. Even if we try and incite them, like, that'd be hard.
No, fair enough.
You didn't give it a shot, though.
Let's try sneaking. It's always worked for us so well in the past.
Well, what time is it, Owen? Is it day, night?
It's late afternoon.
I mean, did you guys do a long rest and stay here? It's not like we... Yeah?
I mean, it's
I'm
not
too
it's not
fussed with long or
particularly
short.
comfortable in this room. You suspect there's probably sleeping chambers. Just a heads up.
And that's what I was suggesting. If we just go have a walk down, like see what's
Yeah, we'll have
downstairs in this room, in this building itself, and then just see if there are sleeping quarters downstairs.
Oh, so that pathway there leads upstairs. But yes, absolutely.
Oh,
Good question.
Yeah.
Before we do anything, did anyone actually like? Oh, I can't get out of this bit. Did anyone actually look at Did anyone actually look at the desk?
Some people looked at
yeah.
stuff on the desk. Yeah.
I tried.
We've had to skim through the desk.
Yeah, I think people have had a little bit of a skim through. What are you thinking, Jared?
Oh no, I'm just because if no one had looked at it yet, because I know that some people.
Oh, that was me looking for the seal and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. No, that's fine. I'm all good. I just wanted to know.
Alrighty. Where would you guys like to go next then? Did you want to head upstairs?
Yeah, I reckon we give it a shot.
Just to see what's up there.
I'll bring you guys upstairs.
Have we hung around here long enough to have had a short rest?
Not in this room here, no. But you're not far off it.
Right.
Sorry, let me just double check where that would bring you up because it's actually a little bit confusing the layout. Ah, I see. Yeah. All right, cool.
Perfect.
Excellente. As you guys emerge from the staircase below, you can see another large room. Who am I missing?
And it's me.
Are you not there?
I don't know where I am.
Oh, I'll bring you up. Sorry. I thought How did I miss you? Oh, were you over by the table, were you? No, you weren't. Okay. I don't know.
It's me, everyone else.
You're back now. There you go. Yeah, as you emerge, you can see that you have come into an area that is clearly some sort of sleeping chamber. There are a few mattresses, reed mattresses, a couple of wooden trunks, a small hearth. Not much else to see. Just in the room towards the north. In fact, as you guys sort of come up the stairs, emerging from the room is a human cultist sort of rubbing his eyes, a half-elf woman rubbing her eyes. She's got this very long braided blonde hair, bright blue eyes, and as you sort of emerge, she looks very sleepy, these very dark shadows. She sort of is yawning a bit, then she spots Jin as Born Grey, quickly sort of snaps out and salutes and goes, sorry sir, just coming off rest, sorry. Apologies.
You're fine. Get to your post.
Yes, of course, I'm sorry, I just... And she sprints down the stairs and disappears below.
Awesome. We'll have a quick peep in. Like, I'm gonna treat it as, just in case this is like where everyone is, like quarters wise, I'm gonna treat it as if I'm doing an inspection quickly.
Yeah. As you look in, you can see a number of sleeping figures lying on quite simple straw mattresses, reed mattresses, snoring lightly. Next to them are masks and large cloaks, very sort of reminiscent of dark wings. Almost very like, leather, but scaly leather. These very, you suspect probably from the guard drakes this has been carved, the sort of dog-like drakes. And as you look, you can see there are a number of figures sleeping in the chamber. It is quite dark. Shafts of sunlight piercing in through the windows, covered in very old, ragged curtains. Masks and cloaks set beside their beds. As you look in, just push the door aside ever so slightly and see inside the room.
We go into stealth?
Would you like to make stealth checks for me, everybody?
Hey!
Absolutely.
Stealth check.
Oh my goodness, welcome guys. We've got 10 people watching. Welcome.
Not so crash up.
22 for Azure, 12 for Jin. Claire?
24 for myself.
That was the high five of a natural 20.
Natural
for a
20.
22.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And Michael?
14, so 21.
21. Monks. Yeah, monks. Fantastic. Your average stealth as a group, if my math is right, your average stealth as a group is about 16, 17. So that is phenomenal. Jin, as you peek in, you see one of these very strangely dressed individuals with the mask sort of set up next to them, rolls over in his sleep, sort of smacking his lips a few times, this sort of stirs for a moment and then lies still once more, chest rising and falling with quiet, sleepy breaths. I'm guessing you closed the door?
I'm going to turn back to everyone and just go, what do we want to do?
Oh, you can do stage whispers so everyone can hear you. I know you're whispering. You're in stealth, guys. It's all good.
Okay, so I'll just say, like, what do we want to do?
Well, there's 4 of us and there's 4 of them. Do we want to take a mask each?
We could put their hands in bottles of water.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I love this, like, we should murder these people and steal their
some...
costumes. Oh, why don't we make them piss themselves?
I have some feathers and a bowl of cream. I've seen this is very hilarious.
I see this too. This is a wonderful idea. I can also it is very
Oh, hiya. Playing tricks on my NPCs.
Is there a door? Is there another door in this room, like other side of the wall?
No. It looks like there are 2 stone chambers at the top of these stairs. Both of them lead to sleeping quarters.
Okay. I doubt
Hey, Uncle
that.
Roger.
Welcome, niece and nephew. Gordon Ramsay, walk fuckboy. Sorry, carry on.
I doubt that this would be the sleeping quarters of their leader. Perhaps we let sleeping cultists lie.
Oh, nice.
Oh, touche. Very nice.
If anyone in the chat wants to give Mira inspiration for that pun, you can simply use your channel points down the bottom, also called inspiration, to give her advantage, you can select that. If you think that pun deserves a reward, if you think that pun deserves a punishment, you can also give disadvantage for that pun. Just letting you know all the options. Just want to make sure you guys know everything that's all the options available to you.
Oh my god.
Also, you can give it to me too. You guys can give me advantage and disadvantage as well. Don't forget.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So maybe we head back down to that to his office then, and
We just leave them, even though the robes are like they are, it'd be nice to take some, but it might raise too much suspicions.
I'm sure we could find some elsewhere. Perhaps in the next room.
Well, yeah, we'll have a look at the other room. There's another room up here.
Yeah.
So we'll quickly peek in there too, Owen, with our stealth.
Yeah, again, sleeping chambers. These ones are currently not manned. There looks to be a number of very disgusting, ancient, slimy straw mattresses strewn across the floor. A couple of broken open trunks. You suspect that because of the positioning of this room, the rain and wind tends to allow a lot more moisture in, and it has caused a damp and a rot to fill this room. You think probably the people who sleep in here are not in a lot of favour at the moment with their superiors, is the impression you get.
Ooh. Jeepers.
There's a bit of a smell, a musty, wet, damp smell to everything in the room. What was that? Sorry, Mira?
Oh, any masks?
No masks. No. It looks like the masks might indicate someone is slightly higher up in the pyramid scheme that is the Order of the Dragons. This looks very much like the bottom chamber where those on the lowermost rung of the pyramid scheme sleep. Let me word it that way. This is so you've just seen business class accommodation. This is scum class. Otherwise known as economy. If we're using the yeah. That's what you guys see. But this room there's no one in this room right now. You saw the only person who was in there just left, that half-elven woman who headed downstairs.
Well, the leader, our fearless leader, can't be seen in that room, so we better head back down to their office.
There must be somewhere else.
This is a big castle. You guys have explored maybe 15 to 20% of it so far.
Well, I reckon we just go back to the office and maybe just have a.
I'll bring you guys back down to the office.
We can just keep walking around like the whole castle looking for it, but it could take bloody ages.
In that case, would you guys like to move into Born Grey's office, close the door, and take a short rest?
Yeah, I reckon we'll probably get some like bedrolls out from our from our packs and such, and just sort of get comfy.
Fantastic. In that case, you guys may take a short rest.
Alrighty. Hit points. Hit dice.
Are you playing your Song of Rest, Jin?
Oh yeah, yes I will, 100%.
I'm being a very nice DM. What was that? Sorry, Michael?
Remind me what Song of Rest does again?
You get to add an extra D6 roll to your HP recovery. So I'm being super nice with all your stuff because it is our first session back for at least a month and a half, 2 months. So yes, I am being super nice by reminding you of certain mechanics, just because it's been a while.
I'll chuck that in.
Yeah, so you guys can roll 1d6 extra. As Jin plays a very... Well, tell us what sort of music Jin would be playing at this point, in disguise as Born Grey.
Well...
Yay!
Does he have any other instruments in there at all, or...?
Just what you've got.
Okay. So
as Jin begins playing, one of the guards opens the door. Born Grey can't play any instruments. It's an imposter. No.
I'll use a. I have a pan flute or a flute.
Ooh.
And I'll just sort of play like a soothing sort of, just melody, but like I'll do it like pretty low key, so it just sort of, it's very gentle and smooth. Like it won't really pierce the wall, so everyone else notices.
I'll put on
the way I'll go about it.
I'll put on some soothing, gentle pan flute music then, in the background.
So obviously, don't want to raise any suspicions.
Obviously, yeah. Born Grey can't play. He's tone deaf. Let's It's like a giant game of Among Us in the castle. Fantastic. When you've all taken your short rest, I'm going to quickly roll some dice. Azure, could you please roll me a d10? And Talari, could you please roll me a d10?
4.
11.
Awesome. 11 from 1 hit dice.
Nice. So we've got a 5 from Azure and
Holy shit.
Talari, what did you get for your d10?
Just a sec. 5.
Oh, 5 and 5. Okay. Okay. As you guys take your short rest, your sort of 45-minute, hour quick breather, what sort of things would you each be doing during this time? Starting with Mira, what are you doing during this quick, brief period of time?
Mira, she's really, really badly hurt. So
I am very badly hurt.
So I guess she'd just be going into her sort of happy place, happy safe place. So maybe
Okay.
filing the papers that were strewn around, like she's come back to them and she's just kind of filing them away and making notes, making lists, but just like, yeah, just trying to recover herself. She's probably bandaging herself up, actually.
Okay,
She got really bad.
Yep. Okay. And Talari.
Well, Talari would be doing his odd mixture of yoga, contortion, and Tai Chi.
Okay.
So he's balancing himself just on the tips of his toes and bending all the way back around until his head pokes out from beneath his legs. Then there's just like a slow handstand from that, and then he just sort of pops his staff down and lifts himself up with just his tail and a single foot, and he's sort of like contorting and bending himself around and just sort of bringing himself back to.
Proving that cats are made of liquid.
Yeah. Cats aren't really a solid. They're definitely a liquid. Yeah. Fantastic. Azure.
I'm very similar to our other resident monk, and I'm doing my own series of katas and stances.
Fantastic.
So kind of moving between almost like attacking movements and energy flow from my hands are up high, and then I'm swinging them down into a whirl kick, but all on one foot, and I quite graceful, and I'm doing the whole thing with my eyes closed. If you look closely enough, there are moments when my foot is actually not touching the floor.
Ooh,
and
okay.
I seem to be levitating.
Ooh, very nice.
You would
Wiltix.
actually be looking very closely.
Wiltix, I'm guessing you come out of wolf form at this point, right?
I do. Can I ask as well, when we were upstairs before, would people have noticed me sneak into the other room to take a mask if they were checking out the other room?
Ooh.
No, I did not look, so I would not have noticed.
Wiltix.
But, well, actually, I have a passive perception.
What is your passive
Pretty
perception?
high passive perception, so maybe I would have seen.
What is your passive perception? I believe it's 19 or
16.
20.
Well, my stealth is at 24. I don't have that.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm thinking of Ale because you had the observant feat. No, sorry. Right.
Yeah,
Another
yeah,
character.
15.
No, you're like 15. Yeah, no, so you definitely don't see Wiltix. Wiltix, absolutely. On your digitigrade pads, your soft woven pads, you very nimbly and very carefully and slowly make your way towards the closest sleeping cultist. You reach forward using your long hooked claws to basically like hook up the mask through the eyepiece, lifting it very gently. As you begin to bring it closer back towards you, your tail softly brushing against the floor, the cultist turns away from you, eyes still closed as he moves about in his sleep. You bring the mask closer to you, step back out of the room and softly close the door.
Mm-hmm. Great. So now that I'm downstairs and we're taking our short rest, I'd be hiding that mask. Well, probably somewhere in my hat, actually.
Yeah, I'd say that you can absolutely
shove it inside the lining of the hat, and that way.
Do you know what? If you want to take some time to like stitch it into the lining, you can even pull it down. I'd say as a bonus action, if you need to.
Perfect. Yep, that's. I'll do exactly that then. And once I've done that, I'd be also wrapping up my arms from the cuts that I gave myself during the fight.
Absolutely. And Jin.
I'll be playing the Song of Rest.
Mhm.
So I'll be sort of. I'm just gonna sit on like the desk chair that he would have at the table. I'm just sort of prop myself back like that, like legs up on the table, like I'm just sort of leaning back on the chair, playing the flute. Forget that Song of Rest. I have to play this Song of Rest for actually, like.
Oh, I'd
I
say
guess,
like 10-15 minutes is fine.
All right, so I'll do that for 10-15.
Yeah.
And then I'll sort of stop to just relax myself.
Mhm.
And I think I wouldn't be doing much. Like I think actually I would be doing a fair amount. I would probably be looking at these things still and just getting a little bit more insight on
Yes.
who Born Grey is. But
Do you want
nothing
to
too
roll me an
strenuous
insight
at all.
check?
I'll do an insight check.
Just to sort of see what you learn about Born Grey's mannerisms from his stuff. 15. Yeah, you feel like you've got a better understanding of who Born Grey is and how he speaks, most importantly. From reading through the letters and notes on his desk, you get a better understanding of his lexicon, of what he says and how he phrases things and how he says things. You think you're going to be that much more persuasive to pass yourself off as Born Grey as a result of doing that.
Perfect.
Very nicely done.
We'll
Very,
admit
very
that
clever.
as well. Like, obviously, my voice is never going to be the same as yours when I do it. So
That's all good.
retcon that in the game, so I.
Yes,
understand,
yes,
like, even
of
when I do it.
course. Yes, I understand.
Yes, of course, I understand.
Nice. No, you're pretty good, eh? It's not too bad at all.
I had to just hear it to pick it up as well.
Yes, that's right. That's how I do voices too.
Yes, that's right.
Perfect. You guys complete your short rest.
Cool.
What would you 5 like to do? Are you heading downstairs or upstairs? Or out of the castle and to the dragon's lair? Or in a completely different direction that I haven't stated there?
What was our So our main mission
Was to
was
find
to
out.
find information.
Your goal was to find out where the cult are, where they're taking the treasure, and what they're doing with it.
Oh,
We need to get
okay.
through that portal.
So we need to go through the portal. A few of those
Well, I feel like
ticked. But portal time, I reckon.
I think it's portal time.
So yeah,
is there a way to send a message to the harpers? Just to let them know who we
Jin.
are if we do die.
Jin, you would know that to communicate with the Harpers is going to require either magic spells like sending or something like that, or some sort of messenger bird, potentially.
I don't think I have in either of those at the moment.
No. Okay. Well,
Generally, Jin, you know that when you're sent on assignment, you're in deep cover, which you are often in deep cover. There's very few ways to get out and to get information out as a way of protecting the rest of the college. Your college of bards survives by being, by people not knowing anything about them, basically.
Very
And your
sneaky
efficacy
boys.
comes from being able to be fully immersed and be independent operatives in the field.
Just out of curiosity, Jin, how far away is your college?
From this, what was the voice again, Owen? Sorry.
It was this. Sounds like this.
Yes, sounds like this. I'll try my best. From this exact location?
Yes.
Oh god, from this exact location, Owen, how roughly, like...
So the city of Palin, the capital city of Palin, hundreds of miles at this point. You guys have traveled quite a distance.
So I'll look at Talari and like, look, it's definitely a few hundred miles away from this location. It's in the capital city of Palin.
So that would take you, say, a couple of weeks to get there?
Well, it took me a couple of weeks to get to this point.
Well, not just yet, but if it is of utmost importance, I could make that run in 4 days.
Jesus.
4 days.
That's out of
Really?
game.
What is it?
I'm gonna say, Talari, you know that you're exaggerating slightly. Just check it.
Yeah, I was just going to do an insight check. I was just going to do an insight check.
You can make an insight check. Not by much. You're very fast, especially with your Tabaxi speed as well.
Insight check.
Insight check. Go on, make an insight check.
Oh my god.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. You reckon if anything, he's being modest. He could do it in 2.
Wow.
that is so quick.
Yeah, cross half the continent in just 2 days, you reckon?
Would I have like in like the major cities though?
Yeah.
Owen, like,
Oh
would
yeah,
there be,
there's bureaus and things like that. Absolutely.
There'd be like there could be like contacts. And
Oh
stuff
yeah,
that I could, like, meet up
absolutely.
with.
Yeah. And you know that the
Maybe in, like,
Harpers. Oh, sorry, you go.
I was gonna say, and like in the major cities, and maybe even some of the not major cities but built up cities. Maybe like there could be some methods there as well.
Yeah, you know
So,
that the
like, a
Harpers
small-
a pretty expansive organization. You know that you could find a
Yeah.
contact with the Harpers if you needed to get into contact. Your college is a little bit less prolific. They're sort of very special operatives within the field of
Yeah, exactly.
intelligence and things like that. So you wouldn't find Bard College members everywhere, but definitely Harpers you'd find everywhere. And you've got an agreement with them basically, or working with them at the moment. You'd be able to
I'm
find
pretty
someone.
much working for them right now.
And you know that there are certain symbols as well, which let you know when you are in an area where a Harper operative might be that you could speak to. Like the Thieves Guild
So that's probably-
have the Thieves' Cant to communicate. There are some secret symbols that you would know.
Yeah, so that's probably something like. So all this information we get, like all the information gathering, would have to go to like a.
I think the easiest way is to just stay alive, and we'll
Well,
give them
that's
the
it.
information back in person.
Point, Azure.
Yeah, it's not a bad point.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
I'll
shall
sort
we
of just get
just
up in the
find
chair.
later?
Well, yeah, I reckon.
Sounds good.
Sure.
Sure.
Alrighty,
It is
where would you guys like to go?
Portal.
Okay,
Start. Is
So-
that right, everyone?
so
Yeah, let's
Yes,
find ourselves
portal
a multi-dimensional portal.
alrighty. So I'll take care of Mira and Talari for the tokens because you guys can't move yourselves at the moment. Wiltix, Azure, and Jin. You know where you have to go. You have to head back across into the area where the bullywugs were. So I will move you all across there now. Because you have that map of the rough map of the tower, you know vaguely where you're going. Now, who's taking point on speaking with the bullywugs, just so that I know?
I feel like it'd probably still be me because I'm born grey at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think so. I think from here on in, I think Born Grey needs to
You
be the
want
front.
any other things? Actually, quickly as well, what I would have done,
Yes.
by the way, when we were having a short rest, I would have just given out the gold and silver to everyone individually for now.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just going to give this 5 of us, so everyone gets 5 gold, because it's 25 gold. And 42 silver is about 8.4, so I'm just going to give 8 silver to everyone.
Awesome. While you're doing that, I'm just going to open the door. My puppy's trying to get out. I'll be 2 seconds.
Easy peasy. So everyone add an 8 silver.
So 8 silver and 5 gold, was it?
Yep.
Sweet. We have a
Okey-dokey.
little money.
I now have a grand total of 5 gold and 8 silver.
Ooh, 5 gold and 8 silver. Where's all your money? Have you spent it?
No, I think
Hey,
someone.
hey, Trevor's fine.
We had a group pool, didn't we?
Yes, but
I think so.
that was Emmerich's job at that point. He was the quartermaster.
Oh,
But,
Emmerich took our money.
yeah,
Damn it.
I think what he would have done is, let's just say for all intents and purposes, he would have taken it with him, but the guild, Tempest Guild, left it with our whose name has escaped me.
Who's that, sorry?
Oh, yeah.
Who's our warden?
We had the ocean, didn't we?
Yes.
Oh, your
who's-
steward, Leosin. Yeah, Leosin.
Yeah. So
Sorry, when you said
look,
warden, I was like, wait, you're warden?
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, your steward,
For all
Leosin.
intents and purposes, I think like Emmerich probably would have maybe left it. Nah, but I'm not going to retcon it. I think he would have just walked to the Tempest Guild and left it with Leosin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, I mean, like, he want to retcon it that he left just like a big pile of gold next to his letter when he left. You could do that too.
No, I think it makes sense that Emmerich would walk off not thinking of that because you didn't think of that as a player, and
I
then
did not think of that.
later on, Emmerich's like, oh shit.
There wasn't even that much. I think it was like 40 gold or something.
Yeah, it wasn't
It
a
was
huge amount.
38 gold
Yeah,
with 10 GP.
Yeah.
So it
easy.
wasn't even like that much. It was more because we had the whole villa that we got gifted
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah.
That was like the big like cash
Exactly.
prize.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So he will leave the 38 gold.
I believe that was called the Night Hall as well, wasn't it? Your location.
Night Hall.
The Night Hall. Fantastic. All right, cool. So you guys step into the room. Immediately you can see that the bullywugs have fallen into even more disarray since you were last here. There are a number of groups arguing with themselves in corners. What looks like small factions are opening up in the bullywugs. Political gossip and intrigue going wild. And at the back, you can see Farblek Spatagu talking to his lawyer frog and captain of the guard, Fruity Bulliani. As you
I love
enter,
him.
there is no notice of you entering at all. No attention is paid to you. You are... I would say that you would tell, just from your passive insights, that you are being deliberately ignored at this point, while Fruity and Farblex have a very heated, softly spoken discussion. You catch occasional words of, "But that's a ridiculous amount of money. How can you charge that much money? This is stupid. How can you charge that much per day? That's just how much I cost you. You got to pay for the best. If you want me as your lawyer, that's what it's going to cost. No, I'm not paying you. I refuse to pay. I'm not paying you for that service. You went to the wrong place to do a speech that made no sense at all." I booked the venue in advance using the corporate card. It's not a problem, sir. It's not an issue. Is what you hear going on.
Mira has no idea what's going on.
Do you just completely ignore them and just go downstairs?
I think so.
Does Freddy Giuliani have a really like weird like sludge dripping down the side of his head?
You ruined my joke. As you look over, as you stare closely at Fruity Bulliani, you notice that the pigmentation on his head, because a lot of the bullywugs have these like pigmentations that are across their bodies. They've got these sort of like stripes and pigmentations. It looks like the pigmentation is beginning to run a little bit down the side of his face, and as he's talking and getting sweatier, more and more starts to drip onto the floor and onto his hands, and he sort of wipes his brow and smears it across his face. This what you now start to think is some sort of like iodine dye potentially.
I mean, I heard bullywugs are pretty slimy, so this makes sense.
I'm a slimy lawyer frog. He doesn't say that. Yeah, look, if you want me to represent you at these upcoming trials, you're gonna have to keep paying me 200,000 copper pieces per day. I feel like all these American politics references are basically just for Claire and Michael at this stage. I do find it a bit weird how much of the goss I seem to know, considering I don't really watch the news that often. I sort of get my news just sort of by osmosis.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter is the best source of news.
You heard it here first, guys. I'm gonna have to.
I say that as a complete joke.
Andrew, I might have to mark that comment as potentially false or misleading.
Isn't that the whole joke? That it's
Yeah. No, we agree. We agree absolutely. But yeah, if you guys just want to completely ignore this hilarious 10-hour-long comedy routine that I wrote up over the past 2 months, you can absolutely just bypass it. That's fine. I'm kidding. This is all improvised. Feel free to head on through. Like, I'm running by the seat of my pants just here.
I will walk up to them quickly and go, sorry to annoy you, gentlemen, but what seems to be the kerfuffle?
It's private frog business. This is none of your business. You can keep on working, sir. It's none of your business. We're dealing with a crisis here. This whole thing. It was stolen. This whole thing was stolen. It's ridiculous. It's all fake. It's all fake news and it's all stolen. Do you know how many dead frogs voted in this election?
Oh my god.
Too far.
Mira will at this point. Mira will say, "What election are you? What's the system that you're using for this election?"
Well, I was trying to push for trial by wealth. where we basically just elect the wealthiest person, which is me, because I am the god. But apparently the other frogs, it's all fake news. They've just been coming up with these lies about having an actual popularity kind of contest. But I mean, I clearly won. I'm their god. And over from the corner, you hear one of the other bullywogs cough and go, "Former god."
Listen, everyone's a god in their own eyes.
Yeah, but no, I'm a god in everyone's eyes. I've got the best eyes. I'm the best god.
This is not going to work. This system. Okay, we should leave them there.
I do look at Fireblax quickly and say, is it true what I've heard? Here.
What have you heard?
I've heard that she's come to the castle, and she's kicking up a bit of a fuss.
Come to the castle? Fruity, why didn't you warn me of this? At which point Fruity goes, "Well, you haven't paid me. You need to pay me. There's like 6 years worth of legal fees. I don't think you understand. Like, even if you were to win the popular vote based on wealth, I would win it, because I own your wealth at this point, sir."
Oh, no.
I need to build a bigger wall.
Well, look, Fireblax, I can see you're a little bit busy.
We're not going anywhere.
Downstairs.
We should have won, and frankly, we did win. There's going to be a smooth transition to another Fireblax deocracy.
Oh God.
Well, best of luck to you. We're gonna go downstairs. Don't mind us.
You're free to move throughout the brown house as you see fit.
I'm very aware.
Just push past him, head on downstairs. Fantastic. I'll move you guys downstairs. I'll just move you back here, Jin, so I can copy you guys all at the same time. Perfect.
I do love Fruity Bulliani.
Fruity Bulliani.
Who will never get his money.
No.
He's never getting that money. Oh my god.
Nope.
So that's why I wrote down this note. Covet something, but not Fireblax's seed to power. He's getting something else out of this, and that must be 200,000 copper
Per day.
I love it.
Yeah.
200,000 copper per day.
You know what? That adds up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does.
It's actually a sizable amount,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even if it's copper.
Yeah. No, it absolutely adds up.
Jin's awesome. Jin's so big. Oh, okay. My bad.
There you go, guys. And it looks like the Roll20 lights are working again too. Can you see that?
Yeah, it is.
Is the
Yes.
dynamic lighting working
Very nice.
perfectly? Okay, I've been running it like an update in the background to fix it, so I'm pleased that's finally fucking working. Alrighty.
It looks super dramatic.
Let me describe the area that you emerged to. Alrighty. The steps down from the southwest tower spill out into the chamber. It's brightly lit, lanterns hanging next to the entrance, and the other near the northwest opening. The chamber is completely empty. Only the sound of dripping water echoes through the cavern, coming from up towards from down towards the southeast. In front of you can see a large pool of water, a little more than a puddle, maybe a foot deep near the center. Seems to be etched a little bit into the stone, almost like it's eroded away. Like the stone is soft limestone, but the walls around you seem to be a much harder granite stone. You can see there are small gaps, one in the water leading towards the east. There's a series of stairs leading down towards the southeast, and across the pool of water, a large set of stairs leading up towards the northwest. And that is what you guys can see.
Hey.
How old does this place look, Owen?
Oh, very old. These caverns look ancient. The water has eroded away at the stone. The stone is pitted and marked where the water has been. Do you want to make me a history check, Azure?
not very.
I'd say history or perception, actually. Oh, yeah, we'll do the history. No, 12's good. Yeah, looking around, you think this cavern is very, very old. It's a natural forming cavern that's then been shaped by hands later on. Looks like it's been pretty unchanged for quite a while. Many, many hundreds of years, you suspect.
Is there a general, like, is there any idea of what, I suppose species is the wrong word, but like what
creatures might be here?
civilization made this?
Looking at the stone, yeah, as you have a bit of a look at the stone, the cavern itself looks to be naturally formed. So it doesn't look like anyone's worked this to make the caverns. The steps have been carved in. Hard to say who by. Very hard to say who by.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
definitely
does it have, like, an
humanoids.
architectural style to it that
No,
one-
there hasn't. No extra work has been done. It's only the bare minimum of what's required to keep this place
Okay.
easy to navigate. I would say that judging by the size of the stairs, you know that the creatures were roughly humanoid in size who carved these, because the
Okay.
stairs are designed for creatures of that size. So I would say that you do get that information. The ceiling is only 10 feet high, so
Okay.
it's quite a high cavern, but it's not like 20, 30 feet, and it's not 6 feet.
Yeah.
So it's not for smaller creatures. You think creatures about the same size as yourselves, maybe a touch bigger.
Okay. Interesting.
Is there any like markings on the walls or writings or anything like that?
No, as I said, no extra effort has been taken to make this place look pretty or anything other than just an old deserted cave system.
Cool. Well, no footprints in the ground. Footprints on the ground that we can follow.
No, it's very rough stone. There are no bloodied marks or footprints or anything like that leading to any areas that you can see. However, I would say that given your... Do you want to make me a quick survival check, Wiltix, with advantage?
Sure thing.
20. There is the strong scent of smells of people and bullywugs towards the northwest, as if that is a passageway that is much more commonly travelled. Down towards the southeast, almost like an insect-like smell. It's very chitinous to your knowledge, to your nose. Smells very, sort of reminiscent of insects and
sense
bugs.
anything up near the water, where the water's coming
The
from?
water has a bit of a slight tang to the smell. It smells a bit sort of off to you. There's a sharp sort of, and as you take a big breath in, it sort of burns your nose very briefly for a few seconds. You have to sneeze it out again. There's something off about the water. It doesn't smell quite right to you.
Oh, I'm going to walk up to the water and have a little peek down the way that it's all coming. So if I go up to the side here. Is there a ledge for me to walk on the side?
You'd have to step into the water, unfortunately.
Do I look like I want to step into the water when I get closer? Does it look like it's...
It's as I've described. The water has worn and pitted away at the rock, and as you get closer, that sort of sharp, acidic smell hits your nose again.
Oh shit. Oh no. Acidic, did you say?
Yeah, it's a very acrid smell.
Oh great. That's Claire speaking, not Mira.
Because I was about to turn to her and go, "Are you okay then? You look disturbed."
No, not Mira. Like,
Okay,
Mira's fine.
I will keep him there.
This is fine.
Maybe Mira, maybe you say that.
Well, I don't know. Would I know about black dragons and their properties?
Absolutely, you would, Mira. But
Okay.
has Wiltix described any of this to the party?
Oh man, that's a really good point.
Oh look, I assumed everyone was looking around at the moment. Did everyone just huddle in the stairway, or was I the only
And
one
just
that
let you walk in by
Yeah,
yourself.
look, as you're walking out, I would be walking out looking at things as well.
Same.
They're all with you.
Yeah, you guys are all welcome to
Actually,
make
I might do
I think make a perception check.
I'm only
Azure, do you
looking
want to
at
make
things.
one with advantage because you've got the highest perception out of everyone, and that way Mira and Talari can help you and give you advantage and do the help action. Again, I'm being nice to DM because it's our first session back.
Thank you. Do you want to roll, Simon? Because we don't.
Yeah, what do you want me to roll? A d20? Was it?
It was Azure, I think, was making a perception check with advantage.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're all good. You get advantage on this because they're going to help you. 14 is the first, 11 is the second.
14.
As you look down the corridor, Azure, you can see that this area is much less travelled. But listening out, you can hear the sounds of the croaking, the very distinctive croaking voice of bullywugs coming from below. It looks like two bullywugs talking to each other. You can sort of hear this like very strange croaking language that you've heard before when bullywugs are talking to each other in a language other than common, which you suspect is their own tongue. Coming from the southeast.
Interesting.
It is interesting. I like to think so. I like to make sure you guys have got lots of interesting stuff to interact with. I try my best.
I'm just going to touch, like, because obviously I'm a bit wary of the water because of the smell. If I just touch the edge of it with my my boot.
As you touch the puddle, nothing happens.
Do I smell my feet burning?
No, as you look, you can see that the water appears to be very slightly acidic. So basically, it's like quicklime. So you know when here we go. We're going to get some real world science here, everybody. Sit tight. When you dig a quarry, specifically for limestone and things like that, when you leave behind the slag limestone, over time, as the quarry fills up with rain, the limestone actually leaches into the water and forms a very, very corrosive substance called quicklime. But because it's not purified, it's a very diluted form. It's only very slightly acidic. So if you go swimming in that as a person, you can get some very slight damage to eardrums and things like that, like mucous membranes. But nothing, it's not going to dissolve you. So that's what this is. It looks like a limestone cavern that the water has filled up and has formed a very mild quicklime.
Well, I'm just intrigued because I would like to see where the water's coming from. If I think it's safe, I'm going to walk up to the edge here, and I'm assuming it's not too deep around the edges. Would that be safe to say?
No, it's only a foot. It's only a foot deep. So I guess that is a little bit deep for you, but not too deep.
Yeah. If I take a couple of steps around?
Yeah.
Do I see anything interesting?
Only what you see there. I can describe the room to you, but you see a stone cavern. Water seeping through the walls above. It looks like the swamp itself is actually, the water from the swamp above is very slowly seeping through the limestone cavern. Grey stone all around you, doesn't seem to be anything inside at this point, and there's no sound coming from this chamber either.
I'm going to keep walking on my way through. So
Yeah.
Can I see where the source of the water's coming from?
It looks like it's actually leaking through the walls and ceiling from above. It looks like it's actually very slowly filtering through the mud and stone. Limestone's quite porous. Sort of very slowly filtering through.
So coming
Collecting
through the ceiling and everything. Okay.
Yeah.
And how deep underground do I think we are at the moment?
Oh, judging by the stairs, you reckon you're easily 20 feet underground.
Okay.
So
Cool.
very slowly.
Well, I'm going to head back to everyone else then. And let them know, hey guys, there's nothing around the corner, but
Wiltix,
if we want
sorry buddy. As you step here,
Oh, yep.
a section of the floor begins to move and undulate as a grey, slimy mass rises and a pseudopod slaps out towards you. Could I please have you roll me initiative?
Yay! My favorite creature!
That's a nat one.
A grey ooze.
Oh, it's an ooze, that's boring.
I'm just gonna sort of say, Wiltix, are you okay over there? Anything? What is the?
That's right. I'll be yelling back because at this point I'm starting to walk backwards when I notice this and go, well, it doesn't seem like there's anything back here, just looking where the water's coming from.
Azure, could I please have initiative for you?
Yep.
12. Fantastic.
And
And Mira?
21.
And Talari?
17.
17. And the ooze? Grey ooze, 16. Alrighty, fantastic. I'll just turn that music up a teensy bit so we get the full... There we go. Oh,
I actually can't see you, Wiltix, on my map.
No, you can't because he's gone round. He's gone around the corner.
That's why I said
Amazing.
Wiltix, what are you doing around there? Because I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Grey ooze is first. The grey ooze is going to roll So as this thing rises from the ground, Wiltix, it flings out this grey tentacle that flies towards you. Does a 15 hit you?
No, it does not.
The grey ooze hits against your side, and that is the ooze's go. Azure, at this point, you know nothing about any of this. As far as you're aware, nothing is wrong.
Well, I'm just going to use my turn to keep investigating.
Absolutely. Do you want to roll me an investigation check? Yeah, no, 100%. Just actually roll me an investigation check.
12. Well, lots of 12s.
As you have a bit of a look around the area, you definitely get the sense that the pathway to the north is much more worn and travelled. It seems to be the more commonly used pathway. And now that you're paying a bit more attention, Azure, you can start to see drag marks in the floor where it looks like things are being dragged towards the north. Maybe heavy boxes, carts, items, things like that.
Okay.
Jin.
North it is.
Okay, so when I called out to Wiltix and I said, hey, you know, how you doing around the corner? And
Yeah,
he
Wiltix
said,
can respond as a free action.
didn't he say, like, oh, it's all pretty good or something?
Yeah.
He did.
Okay, then that's what you hear. Yeah.
That would have been before the slime monster came back.
No. I'm happy for Wiltix to call out. You can call out as a reaction, Wiltix.
There seems to be a slime ball trying to hit me, I think. I've never seen something like
That's
this.
a
have I?
reaction, is it?
I'd say that's his. That's a free action for him to call out. That's fine.
Okay.
As I said, first session back. I'm going to be nice, DM.
He hasn't really described it too well. He hasn't.
Well, have I ever seen anything like this before, Owen?
Do you want me to show you a
Or would
picture
I?
of what it looks like? Oh, maybe I
I mean,
can't.
like the character has like.
You
I don't
probably would have
think it'd be-
interacted with monsters before. This is a grey ooze. So basically, it's a collection. It's a slime. You know slimes, right, Si?
Do I know slimes?
Yeah, you know slimes in D&D, like the monsters that are like gelatinous cubes and things like that.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, this is just a grey. It's just a grey one of that.
No, fair enough. I just meant the character himself. Would he know? But,
Oh yeah,
no,
yeah,
fair
you
enough.
would know. Yeah, you would recognise this as some sort of slime monster, some sort of ooze or slime.
Cool. I'd be just yelling at, yep, slime monster.
Absolutely.
Oh, slime monster. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Jin.
Okay, so I'm gonna move up 30 feet.
Mhm.
25, 30. Oh, I can't see it, can I?
If you can't see it on your screen, then you can't see it.
You
No.
can see me, I think, possibly.
I don't think I can see anything there at Wiltix. Might have to come a bit further around, but what I'll do is I'll send him a bardic inspiration because he sounds a little distressed.
Yeah.
So,
So you have a
I'll-
bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I'll use one of my bardic inspirations. I'll just be like, "It's okay, Wiltix. Sure, it's nothing too horrible." I should just do like some encouraging words.
Mhm.
And then, look, I'm just gonna ready a Eldritch Blast just in case anything hostile pops up.
Yep. If you see anything hostile, you'll Eldritch Blast it. Great use of a held action. Fantastic. Talari, you're next.
So I've heard that, yes?
Yes. Yeah. You've all heard that.
Alright, so, sorry, I don't have access to the map. Around about how far away?
Oh,
was that coming from?
yes. So currently, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 up, and 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 across. So it's quite a distance away.
Easy. For the first time, you see him go down onto all fours.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to charge 80 feet
Oh my god, yep. Absolutely.
God.
towards
put you-
where,
I'd say you're up with
where
Mira.
the sound came from. So that is
You can get 5 feet away from
Wow.
Wiltix, 15 feet away from the ooze. As you watch as Talari just drops to all fours and then sprints this sort of incredible speed across the floor, essentially sprinting up to Wiltix in no time at all.
Cool.
He passes, I'll sort of just go, oh, maybe he's maybe he could get to Palin in 4 days. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, now you think like, oh, maybe he wasn't bragging.
As he like sprints past, imagine like a little bit like wind from him like just going that fast, just sort of hits me as like he goes past.
I'll allow it.
It's like delayed. It's delayed.
All you hear is he's gone.
I love it. I love it.
You went to a bit of water though. How do you feel about that? We hate water.
Oh, I hate water, but I think he's running too fast. Just go over it.
It catches up with him later.
Yeah, later on he's like, as he's sleeping that night, suddenly it just thinks, he's like, oh, I touched water today.
That's it. If he gets a little bit submerged, he'll spend part of the night before he goes to sleep licking himself clean. So.
Oh, that's acidic water too. That's going to be good. Awesome.
Exactly.
Talari.
All right, so that was my movement, just my movement. So I'm going to go. So you said I'm 15 feet away from the
ooze. Yes.
5 from. So has he tried to attack him yet?
Not that you've seen.
Is it coming towards him?
At the moment, it's just sort of. It hasn't moved from its original position. It flung out a pseudopod towards him. It's slowly reeling the pseudopod back in, but apart from that, it doesn't look like it's moving just at the moment. It looks like it's fairly stationary.
All right, so I kind of do the road runner when he stops, the thing next to Wiltix, and picks him up and be like, "Do you think this is a problem? Should we fight?"
I think I just startled him, so I think I might just try and run away.
This is okay. We will back off slowly. See what happens.
Awesome. Anything else in your turn, Talari?
Look, you know what? I'll do a key point to do patient defense.
Absolutely. So I have disadvantage to attack you.
Yes.
Wiltix, it is your turn.
Do I have to
Mira roll?
You don't need to. You're more than 5 feet away.
Perfect. I am just going to go dash and go whoop.
So you watch as Wiltix just runs out of the room as quickly as his little legs allow him.
Oh my god.
Anything else in your turn, Wiltix?
Do I think it would be following me? Like, I'm assuming slime doesn't like water. Is that a...
Do you want to make me a nature
assumption?
check?
What, sorry?
Do you want to make me a nature check?
I sure do.
14.
That's a 14?
Yeah, you're quietly confident that the slime is probably not going to follow you across this water.
Perfect. So,
You suspect
I'll
that
do
its
the full
form
dash.
would be too disrupted by the sudden introduction of a great volume of liquid.
Perfect. So, yeah, just do the runaway. And that's 50 feet there.
Fantastic. I'm gonna... There's no way the ooze can get to you guys. Do you want me to break initiative there and we can carry on? Because if you guys are going to run out of the room, there's nothing it can do to stop you.
Perfect.
Well, I didn't even make it to the room, so...
No.
I didn't get to go, so, you know.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, it. As long as Talari on his turn leaves the room, that's it. That's all it can do. So I'll move you guys back into the room. We'll jump out of initiative. As you guys walk out of the room, you sort of see the slime move up to the edge of the water, put a tendril in. The tendril begins to dissipate and dissolve in the water. It pulls the tendril back and then moves back into the cavern, back to where it was before, and disappears into the stone. And that's what you see.
I'll take 6.
Well, that was fun.
Poor little thing.
Slime.
Poor little
I'm
Tucker.
sad. I'm sad that it's on its own. They're no friend.
Maybe it just needed a hug, Andrew.
Oh.
I'm not hugging
Andrew,
no
go hug
ooze.
it.
Yeah, Andrew, go.
Come on.
As I am dissolved by slime.
It's the endless hug.
Oh, nice.
What would you guys like to
Did you
do?
say there were bullywugs somewhere?
Smell of
Oh, yeah.
bullywugs.
South.
Yeah, southeast. You can hear the sound of bullywugs talking. Up towards the northwest, there are drag marks and tracks heading towards the pathway that looks very well travelled.
That sounds like the
Sounds
path we should take.
Likely. It's a clue, says Mira.
It's a crew baggy. Fantastic. I'll move you guys up to
Yeah,
here
we'll
then.
head up.
Fantastic. As you guys move up the corridor and begin heading around the corner, again, the sound of that strange sort of croaking, guttural bullywug language hits your ears. And as you come around the corner, you can see there are 3 bullywugs standing at a crossroads. There is a pathway heading down towards the south, east, a pathway heading down towards the southwest, and there is a pathway heading directly up towards the northwest. The tracks that you've been following seem to head towards the northwest, and as you approach, the bullywug who's standing in the way of that pathway salutes smartly and steps to the side, Jin, as you step forward as Dralmarar Born Grey, wearing his face. The bullywug goes,
"Well, we weren't expecting you for another day or so. Is there more treasure, or do you have business with the lodge?"
Look, some things have popped up in the last couple of hours. I require another inspection of the lodge.
Yes, of course. Please head through. It's your pleasure.
he steps towards the side, and the other bullywugs move to the side and allow you passageway towards the north.
So they're gesturing towards the north?
They step to the side. They were originally blocking the pathway towards the northwest. They step aside and open the pathway up.
Cool. I will just sort of walk past them with a bit of a, stride in my step to assert just authority, I guess, and then I'll just sort of nod at them as I go past.
Very nice. Alrighty. As you guys walk through the corridor, we're going to switch to some slightly different music for this one. As you guys enter the room, you see something that is very different to what you imagined. Those of you who are used to teleportation circles are familiar with circles on the ground of arcane runes with locations tied to them that you can use to travel to different locations. This is something else entirely. Jin and Mira, both of you have been in the capital city of Palin. You recognize a strangely familiar sight. Half buried into the stone wall of this cavern is a giant's teleportation nexus. In the city of Palin, standing atop a large open platform, is a giant, essentially a stargate, a giant stone circle. A circle archway that is a complete circle that moves around. And in front of it is a large dais with symbols. These are the symbols that the giants used to create portals to other realms, other nexus, and even through time, it's been rumored. This portal is a lot smaller. It looks like it was designed by the giants, but is probably not used by the stone giants or the storm giants, more likely hill giants. This was a much more rough creation. But as you look at it, you can see the telltale signs, the script in the giant runic language, and the half-broken dais standing much in the same position it would if it was in Palin. You suspect this is a giant's teleportation nexus. Long forgotten, half buried in the stone, it's been almost petrified into the rock around it. And someone has attached a series of crystals to the dais, the control dais, and to the central archway itself. It looks like someone has attempted to modify the design to get it working again. And that is what you see.
Whoa, that's so cool.
I had some fun with this.
That's interesting.
I sort of said to everyone, just sort of say, well, should I, say the word?
Is there anyone else in the room?
No, it's just you guys alone. As you moved through, one of the bullywugs went back to his post guarding the passageway in.
Old Talari says when he sees it, indeed.
I think that's the only thing we can do.
I will say the command word, Drazer. I don't know how to say it properly.
Drazia.
Drazia.
As you speak the word, the crystals begin glowing, pulsing with this strange light blue purple glow. that then quickly spreads to the dais. Emerging from the shadows cast by this glow, a shadowy figure stands, looking very much like Drelmarar Borngrey, and it begins turning the dais, turning the symbols on the dais, essentially plugging in some sort of code. As it does so, with large thunk, thunk, thunks, the gateway begins to rotate, sections of it splitting up and moving through each other. And a light blue glow, a light blue glow begins to form in the center. And it gets brighter and brighter and brighter, until with a loud sort of ripping noise, the fabric of reality is torn apart in front of you. Snow and cold air begin pouring through this rend in the air in front of you. And you can see blue sky, snow, and the tops of mountains through this tear in the fabric of reality. As the snow begins to sort of pour through cold mist. And you see a portal leading to somewhere unknown. What would you guys like to do?
Look, I'm just going to step in.
Yeah. So we'll walk through it.
Is everyone walking through?
Walk through.
Is everyone walking through?
Talari pokes it with his staff first.
With almost like a ripple of water, the staff pushes through and comes back again. As the others step through, there's almost a ripple as they step in and then disappear.
Talari goes, another road, and walks through.
And with that,
Nice.
we will end tonight's session.
What?
It's a great time. I think it's a great time to end it.
I think that's a really good spot to wrap up for tonight. So thank you so much for joining us, everybody. It's so nice to be back. Oh my goodness, I've missed this.
It is.
I can't believe how much of the castle you guys have bypassed. I'm just for my own sake, I just want to quickly show you how much you guys have skipped, just because I think you'll find it pretty funny. So I'm going to turn off dynamic lighting and I'm going to show you all the things that you skipped in the castle.
That's because we obsessively investigated that cavern the other time.
Yeah, so I'm just showing the stream as well. So this is all the stuff they missed on that page.
Oh my god.
Here's the third floor. I'll just turn off dynamic lighting on this page too. There we go. Here's the next one.
Well, look,
And
I'm
then-
glad you didn't go through too much effort for this castle.
Thanks, man. Now we've got this one. This is level 2. And you guys didn't even explore all of level 1. Look. No, it's all good.
Look, if it
No,
makes you
no.
feel better, I was hoping to flood the cavern so that way, no one could come back through. That's why I was looking for the water source. But
Okay, gotcha.
completely wipe it off. But
No,
yeah.
I love it. No, absolutely. It's all okay. I'm
Like,
mostly
I will
kidding.
admit, me turning into Borngrey probably expedited a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
so through the castle. Like, no one's going to question Borngrey
No.
in Borngrey's clothes.
No.
No.
No, absolutely not. That was really well done. So thank you so much, everybody who's joined us back. It's so lovely to have you guys. So lovely to be back. Thank you to the people who are joining us halfway through as well. We got up to 11, 12 viewers there. That was awesome. We were on the
we
top
did.
row of the D&D streamers on Twitch.
I
So
wasn't
thank you.
expecting that.
Always lovely. I love having you guys on and joining us. Especially seeing as I didn't make any announcements on Twitter or anything about this, so I didn't want to set up in case it didn't go ahead. So I'm pleased that that's happened.
That's very fair.
I'll be putting updates as well. I probably won't be doing too. You did make it. I'll be doing some streaming for the rest of this week. Next week it's just going to be the D&D stream. I won't be doing any more streaming during the week, but I'll be back in full force after that. There's just some stuff I've got to get sorted with the moving now that I'm living in Brisbane. But yeah, we'll be back next week for the next exciting episode. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. We will be back. Farewell, sleep tight, and don't let the dragons bite.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
See you later.